We're still staying on issues of election, and the chairperson of the Electoral Commission says its 5-year development plan launched on Tuesday was developed with the vision of creating a world-class, trusted and independent electoral body grounded on 5 strategic pillars. According to her, the next 5 years would see a number of important developments and changes in how the Commission is structured, operated and resourced. As part of the strategic plan of the Electoral Commission, it intends to set up a legal department. Research fellow of the Institute for Democratic Governance, IDEC, Dr. Kwesi Jonah, feels setting up a legal department within the Electoral Commission is a commendable thing.
First, the rationale behind the strategic plan. Every donor that you go to ask for help wants to know your plans for over a certain period. A donor does not just give money. A donor will give money because you have planned a number of activities over a certain period. And so donor after donor kept asking, what is your plan? The last plan for the EC ended some years ago, and the new one has not been done. So donor after donor kept asking, and I'm very happy that with the support of the UNDP, they have now finally been able to design a 5-year development plan which will cover both this election and the next election.
And one of the key issues that the Electoral Commission mentioned was that their intention to, in fact, have their own legal department. Over the years, this has been one discussion that the Electoral Commission does not have its own legal department. They usually go outside and engage private legal practitioners. How key do you think this will be to the operations of the EC?
No, I am very happy that the EC has finally decided to have its own legal department. A lot of the work the EC does has legal implications. And so what the EC needs first and foremost is a small but efficient legal department manned by young as well as experienced lawyers so that everything they do, the legal implications are known. Over the years, the EC has relied on retainership. They have retained a lawyer who offers his services for a fee. This, in my opinion, is not good enough. It is time for the EC to have its own legal department, and I'm very happy that under this strategic plan, they are now going to operate in such a department.
The matter relating to their logo and the decision to change has generated a lot of controversy, but Chairperson Charlotte Osei has justified that.
No, the explanation she gave is very good. They have had to remove the coat of arms of Ghana to reinforce the independence of the Commission. The Commission is not under government, and so there's no need to keep the coat of arms of Ghana there. And then the new logo that they have adopted, I mean, if you listen to the explanation, it entails inclusiveness of all Ghanaians in the election process. You look at the arrows pointing to the center of the logo. I think before this explanation, many of us had asked questions. After this explanation has been given, many people will now understand.
Well, the Ghana Integrity Initiative is stepping up efforts to ensure the public has unlimited access to information. The initiative has identified political finance and procurement as a major risk to free flow of public information. Speaking to Joy News on the sidelines of a workshop organized by Transparency International to promote transparency in the defense sector, Executive Director of the Ghana Integrity Initiative, Linda Ofoikwafo, says Parliament must also examine its oversight roles critically.
Legal limitations we're talking about is the security acts, and that prevents them from actually giving out information as they should. But we also made mention that currently we are asking for the passage of the right to information legislation, and hopefully, even though that's confidential but as an entrenched position, it will be possible to get more information under the right to information legislation. Maybe not all, but then it will be a step ahead. But then obviously going forward, we are looking at how to reduce and eliminate all forms of limitations that prevent us, the public, from getting the necessary information that we need. We are actually looking at what risk exists so far as corruption is concerned when it comes to the dealings in the defense sector. And we actually looked at it in the area of political, personnel, finance, procurement, about 5 indicators in all. So we are looking at what measures can be put in place to minimize any kind of risk associated with corruption so far as their work as the sector is concerned. We know Parliament has powers, Parliament has powers to exercise oversight responsibility over a number of sectors, including the defense sector. But then the argument being made is that the military is saying that Parliament, you have the power. Parliament is saying that we have not been able to do, we are not doing ABC. So they are being challenged as they live here to be able to do more. So we are actually also of the view that it's about time we do an effective assessment of how well Parliament has been able to use its oversight responsibility.
Meanwhile, senior advisor at Transparency International Stuart Eldon says Ghana, like other countries, is weak in areas such as transparency of defense budgets and procurements, as well as parliamentary oversight.
Ghana's strengths, and I'm not surprised at this, I know Ghana well, but are in a strong attachment to the rule of law, a strong attachment to good personnel systems in the armed forces, and very, very good ways of managing pay and other things. Where countries are weaker, and this is not just Ghana, is in areas like transparency in procurement, the issue of parliamentary oversight. And when we were here earlier this year, we took part in a session with the Joint Parliamentary Committee on the Interior and Defence, sponsored by the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. So there are issues about parliamentary oversight, there are issues about the transparency of defence budgets, and a new thing really, in that it's becoming increasingly clear that in the new era of peacekeeping operations, corruption is becoming an increasingly important factor as contingents deploy.
To some more stories now, and unemployed nurses across the country are today picketing at the Flagstaff House in protest of their joblessness. The over 2,000 nurses who say they have been without jobs for the past 3 years are embarking on the action this morning to get government attention. Let's get onto the phone lines now and speak to Matilda Pomega, who is with these protesters and is joining me now with the latest on the ground. So, Matilda, good morning. Many thanks for your time. Can you tell us what the situation is at the Flagstaff House? Matilda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, right. So I'm asking, what is the situation at the Flagstaff House as we speak?
Yes, so the demonstration started about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
We are currently at Anabraka, not far from the police station, where we are protesting towards the hard pass in Accra. So that is where the demonstration is headed. The initial plan was to convert at the Flagstaff House, but I'm told for some security reasons they cannot move towards that direction. So we are demonstrating currently towards the Hard Park, where a petition will be presented to someone from the presidency. But I've been speaking with some of the nurses who have raised concerns about the fact that the government is spreading falsehood with regards to their posting. Because if you may recall, last week there was a statement from the Ministry of Health that some forms have been made available for them to fill. That is one of the processes that begins the process for them to get employed. And as we speak now, the nurses say they are yet to get hold of any of such forms. They visited all the original offices, and nothing of that sort has been seen. I have with me a member of the team here to interact, so you won't enjoy me. And so, do you think by this demonstration there will be any difference to your situation?
Yes, we believe that after this demonstration, we will get a better news or a good news. But last year, the same thing happened, and after the demonstration, those people were posted. So we believe that after the demonstration, we'll be posted. We'll get our clearance. We have that belief. And even if they fail us, we also have another plan for which we communicated to the media later.
You as an individual, how bad is the situation for you? Going through this whole process over a year, you are bonded, but you still haven't been employed. How does this affect you as an individual?
Seriously, this thing is so pathetic. We've been in the house almost 10 months. And one thing is we are professional nurses. Our skills are going wasted. And we are also, the value of nurses has also, it's also declining. It's also diminishing. It's so pathetic. Nurses are in the house. It's funny, it's difficult to even make ends meet because we're not getting any allowance. We're not receiving any money from the government again. So look at the situation now. Some people are married couples. How can we take care of our children? How can we take care of our family? So it's so pathetic. It is not done anywhere except Ghana. It's not done anywhere as a professional nurse. A professional nurse spent a year in the house. So it's very pathetic. It's so appalling.
So you are believing that by this demonstration, you would get something?
Sure. I believe it, sure.
So how about you? I have a meeting. Another the nurses who are here demonstrating this morning. How bad is the situation for you? Do you think by this demonstration, government will listen to you?
Yeah, we think by this demonstration, after we have done this, government will listen to us. Because he promised us he's a listening government, and we believe after this he will come out to do the better thing for us.
All right. But looking at the situation that you have written so many letters to the Ministry of Health, to even to the President, nothing positive has come out of it. Do you believe that there is any hope for you?
Yeah, we believe there's hope for us, but the letters which were written to the ministers and the President, Ghanaians did not know of it as our son. But now, after the demonstration, Ghanaians will know our son, and we have been in the house with our mothers. They are still feeding us. After Ghanaians getting to know of it, they will start commenting of it, they will start asking questions, and then the government will do the better thing for us.
All right. So we are still protesting towards the Heart of Oak Park here in Accra, where the petition will be presented to someone from the flagstaff house.
Right. Matilda, many thanks for that update. To be coming back to you in a short while for a lot more. And that was my colleague Matilda from Mega, who is with some angry nurses and midwives. I mean, we are hearing that the numbers are quite huge, over 2,000 of them protesting this morning over their inability to get jobs. They are saying that government has not put in the necessary mechanisms to ensure that they are employed into the system. And indeed, they were supposed to picket at the Flagstaff House. That was the information they gave us earlier on. But what we are being told by a reporter is that that decision has been changed. They are now en route Accra Accra Folk Park, and they are currently at the Adabraka police station, but they are on their way to the House Park. And at that point, they are going to make that very petition available to a representative of government. They'll be handing over a petition to government. And they say they believe that after this very exercise, I'm speaking of this demonstration, government is going to pay a lot more attention to them and get them the jobs they so desire. Well, they've been raising quite a number of issues, particularly one that has to do with the availability of forms. We were told some time back, just about 2 weeks ago or so, by the Ministry of Health that some forms have been released into the system to allow for these unemployed nurses to get absorbed into the system. But all they are saying is that they haven't come across any such forms. They are trying to get access to these forms, and unfortunately, they haven't been able to get any of such forms. So we'll be keeping an eye on this and be bringing you a lot more. But there's just one thing that caught my eye, though, was one of the placards that suggested evidence-based nurses and midwives demonstrate anyway. But again, you also saw that very placard that suggested that a hungry nurse is a potential killer. So quite worrying there. But we'll keep an eye on that, like I said, and bring you a lot more on this subsequently. But let's bring you one more story before we take a break for business. And the Upper West Region Police have appealed to the IGP to post more officers to the region. A shortage of personnel hits the regional command. With the creation of new districts, divisions and units within the police service, Regional Commander DCOP Kwesi Mensah-Doku says the shortage of officers is hampering effective policing in the region. He was speaking at a ceremony to welcome the IGP to the region.
There's no reason going on now. If your relatives come to consult to let them know that there's no reason going on now, it will come out very soon. I'm sure that this weekend or by next weekend, the average will come to different. But this time, we are going to do what? E-recruitment. I cannot be able to take anybody to the service. Likewise, any of us here, national services, corrections, nobody. It's the machine to talk, e-recruitment. The machine will talk. You have to come to the machine. If the machine says they are taking you, then that's it. Continue from there.
Personnel within the inspectorate rank and SEOs, specifically sergeants, is a challenge. Consequently, a good number of the police stations are manned by junior NCOs. It is hereby requested that more NCOs, inspectors, are posted to the Upper West Region as a matter of urgency to to fill the shortfall. At the moment, we have only one female police officer with the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Police. There is no policewoman in the expected rank, and only one female sergeant, and with a few female corporals. About 95% of policemen in the region are constables and lance corporals. This undermines effective supervision and discharge of police duties in the region.
We're taking a break here on News. When we come back, we'll bring your business with Emmanuel Aboaji. Stay with us.